we're particularly interested in, I guess, a few different areas, but the gut stuff really comes from our interest in the microbiome. So all these bugs that live within our gut, which are probably key to lots of the diseases that we see within the gut, and probably a lot of the diseases that we see elsewhere. And so it's really our interest in that that's taken us towards an overall interest in gut disease. And there's some other bits around that maybe we can touch on as well, like urinary tract infections and antibiotic use and all of these kind of things. But that's kind of where we come from anyway, in the first place.
Yeah. I think Andy summed that up very well.
Great. And so
antibiotics is a big thing. So that's really my big passion. And I could talk about antibiotic use and misuse for hours. And I think it relates to all the conditions that we see. So I'm particularly interested in the context of diarrhea.
Yeah, there's been, well, probably for you guys it's not a massive change, but certainly as a GP vet, I'm noticing that I'm much more aware over the last couple of years of how I'm using antibiotics, especially in those cases, the diarrhea cases. And you know, what you were saying on your live is that actually, well, we'll come to this, but a lot of the time they're not needed. They might accelerate things, but they're not really needed. So I think if we can just start with diarrhea. Why does it happen? What are the common causes? Not just associated with what we're going to mostly talk about, well, not most talk about, but things that come up a lot when we're using non-steroidal anti-inflammatories or other drugs for our arthritic dogs. That's one of the questions that comes up. Why do we get diarrhea with those? But what generally are the most common causes for diarrhea in dogs?